Welcome to the Daily Devo. My name is Diana. Today we are talking about the Psalm of Ascent, Psalm 127. In today's Psalm of Ascent, we are going to hear from King Solomon. Now, King Solomon, he was David's son. That's the same David from the story of David and Goliath, who later became king. Well, his son, King Solomon, became king one day, and he's the one who actually built the temple for God in Jerusalem. Now, this is the temple that the people of God are traveling to each year. Have you ever listened to words from an expert in their field? Somebody who has great experience and really great wisdom in their craft. They've put in the time, they've experienced some things, they have a perspective that is really rich on the other side of their life. For example, have you ever listened to a successful athlete talk about the importance of their training habits? You can learn quite a bit from that. Or have you listened to a retired teacher who was fantastic talk about their particular classroom management style or vision? Well, today's psalm is written by King Solomon, and he has experience leading and building the house of God called the temple in Jerusalem. Let's listen to Psalm 127 today that was spoken and sang by God's people every single year as they made that pilgrimage to Jerusalem or as they ascended and walked up the temple steps. Psalm 127. It says, "Unless the Lord builds the house, the builders labor in vain. Unless the Lord watches over the city, the guards stand watch in vain. In vain you rise early and stay up late, toiling for food to eat. For he grants sleep to those he loves. Children are a heritage from the Lord, offspring a reward from him. Like arrows in the hands of a warrior are children born in one's youth. Blessed is the man whose quiver is full of them. They will not be put to shame when they contend with their opponents in court." Let me read you that first part of the verse again. It says, "Unless the Lord builds the house, the builders labor in vain." What do you think of that? What are you building? Are you building a dream, a relationship, a project, a family value, or a habit on your own these days? Or is what you're working on built in this way that aligns with God's values and God's direction? That's a question worth considering from today's psalm. Let's look at it from another perspective. And I think if we do, we can find great encouragement. The encouragement is this, that when we are working on building the things of God, there is great value. And it is a good use of time. So take heart. Loving and investing in your children in ways that honor God, it is valuable work. Building your relationship with God is valuable work. Building on the projects of God, it is valuable work. So today, read Psalm 127 again and ask the Lord to show you areas of your life that you are building with him. And maybe ask him if there's an area of your life that you're building in vain, as the scripture says. An area of your life that you're saying, I'm doing this without the Lord. Now remember, the people of God, they sang and they spoke this psalm every single year as a yearly reflection. Might you and I take some time to read the text and think on the text and reflect on it today? I'll see you next time.